Hi, I'm Tammy Beilstein. Welcome to Tammy's Window on Calaveras. I have with me tonight Ron Getter. He is the battalion chief for the fire department in Evans Pass, and he's brought with him his furry friend, who is adorable, named Lakota. Lakota is a search and rescue dog, the most well-behaved dog I think we may have ever had in here. And he smells good too.
He just had a bath today.
Yeah, and you do too. I didn't mean to leave you out.
Oh, thank you.
You both smell nice. So, I'm so glad you're here with us today. Right now I know we have some fires going on outside, so
Yes, we do.
I am glad that you are here with us and are not needed out there. But busy season, huh?
So far.
Yeah, yeah. So do you take? I want to get right into the search and rescue thing. Do you take Lakota with you on every call that you go on just to have him there, or
No, there
only
are days where he is on duty with me because wife and family are gone.
Okay.
And when they're off doing their business, we don't leave him home alone. So he does come to work with me, and there have been days where he's gone to calls immediately with me. And then other times he's within a 1 to 4 hour call back.
Oh my goodness. So he lives with you. He's your pet.
He does. He is my dog.
Oh,
I've had him since he was 8 weeks.
I was going to say, how long have you had him? Did you get him knowing he would be a search and rescue dog, or did you have him and decided he would make a nice search and rescue dog?
Things just progressed.
Yeah.
He was obtained from my stepsister, who's the breeder. She specifically bred golden retrievers for canine good citizens, canine assistance programs. Several of his lineage are out in the public service work.
Aww.
And just as happenstance, because of my job, he was molded into what he's now, a crisis intervention canine.
What does that mean exactly?
Well, he no longer likes the long trails for search and rescue work.
Okay.
And I no longer am involved locally with search and rescue, so I just by chance started taking him to classes with me for my own crisis intervention and peer support work. And he was certified, very surprisingly to me one day. The instructor of the class said he had an unusual and very driving, empathetic response to the human condition, was her specific words.
Wow.
And since then, we have expanded on the crisis intervention work and peer support for first responders. And his most recent, although it was 3 years ago, disaster trauma relief certification.
Oh my gosh. So I'm trying to figure out what the difference is between all of these, because to me they all sound similar. Crisis would be if there's, say, a car accident or something and you bring him there.
Or a family death and the surviving family members are having difficulty getting immediately back on track.
Yeah.
If he's with me at work, he's one of the few canines in the country that I'm aware of that have an immediate response capability because he's with me or within an hour.
Yeah. So he just goes up and loves on them? And
I have to make sure that, one, there's no dog allergies with any of the people.
Right.
Or that there's no one that's afraid of dogs.
True,
A lot of people are afraid of bigger dogs, and he's a golden retriever, so he's a big boy.
He is a big boy. Yeah.
And if we get the approval and I evaluate the situation, and if it's one where law enforcement is there, I ask them permission if he can come in, just make sure everything is safe. And sometimes just the presence of petting and loving or crying on a canine, it puts them on the mental path to wellness, so to speak.
Does that seem unusual? It does to me that a dog would be good at the search and rescue and the high drama sort of thing, and also be good at the peaceful, calming side of
Actually,
it also.
the crisis intervention can be very dramatic.
Yeah.
We've had some instances where he has copped an attitude afterwards because he needs a break.
Yeah.
And further talking with that one instructor that told me about the empathetic response, he absorbs the feelings of the people.
Right.
And then he needs to go play. Otherwise, he gets belligerent and obnoxious at home.
People are like that also.
They are.
Yes.
But he is a tool. He just opens the door for people to see that things can be okay. or in some cases for severe crisis that maybe they do need counseling in a different way.
Right, right. So how is a dog trained to do this? What kind of things do they do with them?
First, he started out as a regular therapy dog. We went through their basic training classes. We visited the care homes, hospitals when it was approved, and a reading program for the elementary school kids up in Arnold. And just from there, his interactions with my crisis intervention training in the mock scenarios that I had to go through, I took him in as my assistant, so to speak, or my partner.
Right, right.
And from there, it has just expanded.
Wow.
And several people have realized how good they are, and the other organizations in the county, they're starting to bring in the therapy dogs for some of the incidents that occur here.
In a 6-month time period, what kind of work does he do the most?
Most, it would be unfortunate, the long married retirees up in our fire district, they'll lose a spouse, and the partner is home alone then, and families down in the Bay or the Valley or Los Angeles or elsewhere, and they're kind of lost there for the first hour or so.
Right.
And he just calms them down, and we put them back on the right track. If you need to call family, everything's going to be okay. You know, help them, walk them through it if they don't even know where the phones are.
Yeah.
Because they're, the mental disturbance, even the common things become obscured. So we help them, and he just does his dog thing. As far as I know, he just sits there and he loves on them, and they cry for a moment, and then they get ready to do what they have to do.
Right. I work for a hospice, and we have one of our volunteers has a dog. I believe it's a smaller dog than yours. But she will bring the dog with her when there's a child she's working with who's in grief. And there's times when the child is not comfortable talking to her, and she has actually had them go with her dog over to a mat or somewhere off by themselves, and she can hear the child talking to the dog, and it's such a neat relationship.
Yes, our first incident with that was, I believe, 2 winters ago. We had a little girl, unfortunately, get hit by a tree in her sleep. And dealing with the next morning was a Monday morning at school, and her classmates, some of them all clammed up and didn't do anything, and they brought the counselors in from the school district, of course, and they began the process, but they had 6 kids that just weren't cooperating. And the school, knowing we were part of the reading program, and the locals knowing what I do with Lakota, they called my wife and myself in, and her dog is Boomer. And we went in, and just walking through the door, the kids just lit up. Because one, they were reading partners for the dogs as well, and their whole attitude then began to change. And then the counselors were able to, later on that day, and we stayed rest of the week and helped them through the process of their grief and management of how to get the students back on their normal daily routine.
That is so neat. I just love that. There's something about an adult to a child, or even adult to adult, that that there's something expected of you, that it's some sort of two-way conversation or something. But with a dog, there's no intimidation that way. There's no expectation. You just know they're there to love you. He's beautiful.
He is.
Did you want him to be so large to help you with the search and rescue, just because it is safer and easier that way?
Nope. I originally trained him personally with my years of involvement with search and rescue to be a search and rescue dog. Then I went on leave a long time ago, became inactive, and just with family commitments, I didn't have time. So even though he's trained to do that, we've never gone on any missions. And just our normal hikes that we go on, I've noticed he doesn't do 5, 6, 7 miles anymore. He reaches 3 and wants to quit. So
that's farther than I'd go.
we went into the crisis intervention work, and
oh, so sweet. What a beautiful face you have.
Through his certifications, my fire district accepted it, and The board members and former Chief Dave Bacher, they actually made his position official with the fire district, and he was presented with a badge, and he's an
Really?
official member of the fire department.
Oh, congratulations, sweetheart. Does that mean he gets a paycheck?
No,
Oh.
he doesn't get a paycheck, he doesn't get benefits.
Really? I would just assume that he would.
No, part of his agreement, he can get a new vest every year. Hang on there, bud.
Yeah, that's good. That's something.
But this one's
you-
done him fine. He doesn't need a new one. So
So,
easy, bud.
Well, he or you should be helped or compensated for the time and the work that you do. I mean, what can we do to help
Sometimes-
feed him and take care of him?
Nah, it's just part of it.
Oh, that is so nice. She's sweet. Do you breed him to make little baby Lakotas?
Nope, he is, unfortunately, we got him fixed when he was very young. My stepsister with her breeding program, that's one of the requirements she has.
Oh, okay.
Other than specific dogs, his litter was her last litter of golden retrievers.
Oh, wow.
And unfortunately, him, no. My wife's dog Boomer, he has sired several litters. In fact, Lakota's soon-to-be replacement for the work end of things. We have him at home. He's a little 1-year-old in a
Also,
couple of weeks.
what kind of dog is he?
He's a golden retriever.
Golden retriever, okay.
Yeah, Boomer's a golden retriever. And his long name is Tukichu. It's our understanding it's a Miwok word that means bear running making dust, so his nickname's Dusty Bear.
That's cute.
And right now as a puppy, he's a Dusty Bear.
He's a dusty bear.
But he's already had a couple of therapy sessions. He knows what he's to do, basically.
Yeah.
He's got his basic obedience and his good boy classes. Now it's just a matter of working him into the crisis intervention role.
Yeah. So if there's somebody at home who has a dog that they think might have the right temperament to do this sort of thing, can they apply to do the same sort of work that you do? Or does this work because you are in the fire department already and you have a
With
dog?
me, that's how it happened.
Okay.
I would go through first a regular therapy dog organization and make sure they are comfortable with the dog working in the care facilities and schools,
Okay.
and then expand from there if the handler has interest in crisis intervention, because it is
Yeah.
difficult work.
Yeah.
Like him, I need a break when I'm done, or I get belligerent when I go home. And if they can handle it, then that's a good thing.
Yeah.
They're an added resource. But they have found in some instances, they bring in the therapy dogs to, like the large fires, the evacuation centers, or after like Hurricane Katrina and 9/11, they're finding that some of the handlers that go out for the emergency responders, they themselves aren't prepared for the trauma they see.
Right.
Me, it comes with my profession. I'm used to it.
Uh-huh.
Mentally and psychologically, I can handle it most of the time. There are instances that upset all of us,
Sure. Yeah.
but I have my live-at-home therapy tool here.
So yeah, I guess you're right. So
But
you're not
some
just
of the-
getting a dog, you're getting the team, the dog and the handler together.
And in some instances, the handlers then have become part of the incident and problem because they weren't prepared psychologically or mentally to handle it.
Right.
Because most of the therapy dog handlers are retirees and they just want to help their community.
Yeah.
But they're not prepared for a disaster.
Oh, golly. That's for sure. So what would you say is your most memorable moment that you've had with Lakota?
In the crisis work,
Yeah,
Or-
any of the work. Because I know it was memorable when he got the certificate and all of that. That's
Oh,
awesome.
yes.
But yeah, in his work.
In his
what,
work,
what will you always remember?
the National Firefighter Memorial, we lost one of our own. Todd Walker was a firefighter for us.
Yeah.
And going back to the National Memorial in Colorado, I had to present the memorial flag to his wife and family. Very emotional, but Lakota was there. I just took him along basically to help me. And he ended up helping other families at the memorial wall. When they see the name of their spouse or brother or sister or
Yeah.
significant other, when they see it on the wall, it's permanent. That's a shock for them in some
It's
cases.
real, yeah.
And having him at the memorial wall, he helped a lot of people. And the very next year, they asked him, not me, they asked him to come back and be part of the honor guard.
Oh my gosh.
So we went back the following year, and we basically were at the hotel to meet and greet families as they arrived. And on the second day, we went out to the wall to help them, because it's like the Vietnam Memorial. They get to trace the name of their loved one from the wall, and it's just an emotional day and a half out there.
Oh, draining.
Prior to the actual ceremony.
This is all before the ceremony?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. How can you tell when he's had too much?
He gets fidgety, and he doesn't cooperate. If I tell him to sit or lay down, he won't. The belligerence starts.
Okay.
It's, okay, I've had enough. I don't want to do this anymore.
Kind of like a child then.
Yeah.
Like a child would behave.
Yeah, he's good for about 4 hours of work, and then he needs a break.
Yeah. Oh. And what does he do for fun?
Chases frisbees and tennis balls.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And he waddles in our local lakes and streams. He doesn't swim. I got gypped on that portion of the retriever part. He's not a swimmer. That's Boomer.
Oh, well, you have backup.
Our little one, Tuki, he's a swimmer.
Oh, that is so sweet. I can't even imagine your dog not being the kind of dog that he is, just being a regular at-home dog. I mean, I look at our dogs. I love them, but no, I would not bring them to anything.
He's just a regular family dog. He lounges around the home. He's got his bed, sneaks up on the couch, gets off the couch, that kind of thing.
Aw.
Lays out on his deck and overlooks his yard.
Oh, sweet. He's such a love. Now, if you guys, do other fire departments have dogs like Lakota?
I am not aware of any. As far as I know, he is the first and only specified and certified crisis intervention canine through the POST program, Police Officer Standards and Training Program.
In our county?
I believe in the whole state. I'm not aware of any other on-duty crisis canines.
Okay. How far would you guys travel, like within the county maybe, if you were
Oh, definitely
needed?
in the county. Our instructor was from Sacramento, so we have contacts through Sacramento, Yolo, Amador, El Dorado, Calaveras.
Okay.
We went down, the 2 officers that were slain last October in Sacramento and Auburn.
Okay.
We went down to their memorial service and helped out with
Wow.
Someone wanted to kneel and pet a dog, we were there.
Yeah.
We went down to Fresno to their crisis intervention meeting that they had with their fire department. Their firefighter that fell through the roof got burnt 2 or 3 months ago. He's getting out, by the way. He has had a remarkable recovery. We went down there for them, because unbeknownst to me, he's a shoestring cousin.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So we went down for them. I said we've been to the memorial in Colorado. We've been down helping fire and policemen, Sacramento and Santa Clara County. We've been all over.
You guys get around. It sounds like he's changed your life.
He has.
Yeah.
For me, being local up here, we're a small county, I don't get that much exposure. So it's taken a long time to get the word out that he has the resources available for everybody.
Yeah.
He's got a buddy, Fozzie, down in Scottsdale, works with Scottsdale PD. He's also a golden retriever, a little younger than Lakota. He gets exposure every day because Scottsdale, Phoenix area is pretty large.
Okay.
Compared to here. So.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about starting your own classes to train more dogs so there are more of them around?
No, because with me, he's still an experiment.
Oh,
I'm still logging everything and how he reacts, how he deals with the people, what I observed, what was good or bad.
Yeah.
I'm still keeping a log and track of each one of his missions of how they go.
Okay.
And we'll work from there. We'll see how.
Yeah, you're not ready for that
I'm confident
yet,
enough that I'm going to replace him. And like I said, I have the little one who's going to be 1 here pretty soon.
Does this dog help train the younger dog, or is it completely separate?
No, he actually does. The little one, he's very observant. We chose him out at 6 weeks. We got him at 8 weeks, and believe it or not, he had his first crisis session at a grief counseling session on the way home.
What happened?
We didn't even get him home. My wife was attending. She lost her mom a year ago. She was going through a grief class session, and we took the little puppy at 8 weeks to her meeting. And so he had his first exposure to crisis care work before he even got home.
Oh, and he must have passed. He did well.
He did. For an 8-week-old puppy, he did remarkably well.
Oh, that is so sweet.
And I look for certain behavioral traits. You can tell,
I was just going to ask you that.
You can tell if a puppy is going to be smart enough. I can't really put it into words, but this little guy at 6 weeks was cognitive of his shadow, when the other puppies just,
Right.
And
how funny. And is that why you picked this sort of dog, because they're known for having, because they are smart and they're known for having a sweet disposition?
Yes, through my stepsister and her experience with the golden retrievers. Besides, I like golden retrievers to start with.
Okay. Because I think in my head, I just assumed he would be a German Shepherd or something like that. But I think because I was thinking search and rescue, police officers, firemen, German Shepherds.
In our county, through the County Fire Chaplains Association, we have 2 German Shepherds who are with that group.
Okay.
They do the work with us. We have a lady who has yet to come fully into the fold. She has her canines. So we're expanding. There's going to be 5 or 6 of us available for crisis response. Her and I are not chaplains, but we're part of their group because they handle the crisis call out in the county.
Right, okay. So is there training that has to be ongoing, or once the dogs get it, they just know and they're good to go?
My stepsister used to tell me that golden retrievers, you have to teach them something about 200 times before they get it, and then when they do, they have it for life. Just 2 weeks ago, we were down in Stockton. He has not been through a training obstacle course or an agility course probably in 7 years.
Yeah.
And I took him through it, and he passed every single obstacle that was there. So
that's really cool.
His final, when he had his agility test, had 21 different stations. He passed all 21.
Really?
Yeah. Jumping through the tires, up and over, the little catwalks through the tunnels, and doing the weaving through the little poles.
Oh, that is so cool. I love when they do that. Was that over at the high school in Stockton?
No, we actually used a service in Murphy's.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I can say names of companies or whatnot. But she was his agility trainer.
That's so impressive, though. We have taken the kids before when they were younger to Stockton when they were doing the police dog training, or the it wasn't a fair, but they let the community come in and see what they do and how they do it, and it was so impressive. And I tell you what, I think most dogs could never do any of that stuff. Not even the first one. I mean, my dogs would not.
You just have to walk them through one thing at a time. When I was teaching him fire prevention duties for the firehouse, to do stop, drop, and roll, it took about a week to get him to stop, then to lay down, and then to roll. And then it took him another few times to learn doing it with the little blanket over him that simulates his clothes being on fire.
So you say it took him a week, hours and hours a day?
No, they're good for about 10 or 15 minutes, and you have to give them a break and then come back a couple hours later.
Okay. Huh. You have to meet our dogs to see. We have one, the pit bull, she's very smart. She's very, very smart. And then the little guy, his name is Vincent, and he thinks that he runs the whole house. He tells that pit bull what to do and how to do it, and he's just...
Lakota's the boss of our house. He's established his order. He's the old dog. The other two follow along.
Yeah. So are you available if schools want to call you and have you come on out and do the stop, drop, and roll demonstration and that sort of thing?
Lately, I haven't done that at school. Hazel Fisher up in Arnold, they tend to bring their kids to our firehouse.
Oh, okay.
And if I'm on duty, I'll have him come in, and he'll go through that.
Yeah, I tell you what, that would be so memorable. More than learning it in the classroom or seeing a little movie.
Yeah, NBC had a gentleman somewhere Midwest who has his 4 or 5 canines, and he's got a big fancy truck, and he actually goes out, he's retired, retired firefighter. He goes out into various communities to actually teach the fire prevention, and his dogs do stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
They have a cape that they wear, similar to Lakota's little
The dogs do?
fire blanket.
How
yeah.
cute.
And when they roll over, the Velcro sticks to the carpeting, and off comes their simulated fire.
Oh, that's cute.
So there's several fire prevention officers in the country that have their canines that help them with the prevention role.
Right. Right. That
So
is so
he's
neat.
not an exception there. His exception is his crisis work.
Okay. That is so awesome. That's so amazing. I wish that you were closer to me so I could have you come on over to hospice and help us some more. Did he hear something?
Yes, he hears something back in the room there.
He's so alert.
All you have to do is call the Ebbets Pass Fire District,
Okay.
and we do go out to do public relations work,
Yeah.
or we'll go out to do crisis work.
That's so great. Will you guys be at the Mark Twain Health Fair?
We went this year, the one that was at Ironstone.
Okay. There's one coming up at the hospital at the end of September. It would be so neat if you guys could be
It
there.
depends on when it is.
The 26th, I believe, Saturday.
Maybe. We might be gone.
Okay.
Our other dog, Boomer, is a dock diver as well, and he got invited to the Dock Diving Nationals in Las Vegas.
Dock diving, what is that?
There's a 40-foot dock that the dogs run down and basically do a long jump, and they measure how far they can jump into the pool.
How cute. That is,
It's a long jump for puppy dogs.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even run the 40 feet. There's no way. Oh my gosh. You have
Boomer
so
loves
much
it.
going on.
Boomer loves it.
Yeah, you have so much going on, and it really blows me away and impresses me that you don't get paid a lot to do this and to raise your dog and to spend
If
so much
it's an
time.
official department business, I get compensated through
Okay.
regular overtime procedures, but most of the time it's just, can you bring them over?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is so neat. What a neat man
It's
you
something I like to do. It's a niche in life that I have found that with him as a partner, we're effective at that particular job.
are. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys are an amazing team. You can tell he loves you. He's just so comfortable, so
Oh.
confident. He's never been in this room before, and he's just so relaxed.
He's his ears are perky. He knows something's happening.
Yeah. What a doll. Do you happen to know your phone number by heart in case someone wants to give you a call? I think we flashed it up on the screen.
It's
but...
the Ebbets Pass Fire District, 795-1646.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
I hope you guys come back sometime and bring the baby.
We can.
That would be great.
He's not quite in the mode to do something like this. He won't stay
Okay.
calm that long, but
When he's ready, we'll be here.
he'll be ready.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was nice having you here.
Nice being here.
Oh, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time on Tammy's Window on Calaveras. What a sweetie.